Plátanos are just one of those things. It seems like every few days Abuelita is there with a big plate of fried plátanos con queso. Now, for my non-Latin viewers, you might not eat plantains more than once a year. I mean, where are you gonna get them? Chipotle? Chipotle doesn't make them. I can picture the first time someone showed you a plátano. You were probably like, aren't these just bananas? Meet the Torta de Maqueño, or ripe plantain torte. What you need to make this pastry are, first, some ripe plantains. Now, a common mistake to make when choosing yellow plantains is to get ones that look good. That's wrong. What you really want are plantains that look like they just lost a fist fight against another, much stronger plantain. Or, actually, if they look like they were ambushed in an alleyway, that's even better. The ones with the deep, dark spots are going to be at peak ripeness, and their sweetness and softness is unmatched. Just make sure to use them before they go bad, because peak ripeness is just a few days away from rot. Peel those guys and cut them up, and place them in a pot to cook with a little bit of sugar, some cinnamon sticks, and some cloves. While that's simmering, measure 1/4 cup of sweet red wine. Port or red vermouth would be ideal, but you can just use something fruity and light-bodied. We're going to add that to 1/4 cup of raisins to macerate. I'm using raisins because I made an ill-advised purchase last year and I really want to get rid of them. As you can see, I'm not very fussy. You can even leave this out if you don't feel like it or can't be bothered, it's okay. Separate 2 eggs and grate 1/2 cup's worth of Queso Fresco or Mozzarella cheese. Whip the egg whites separately until you get stiff peaks, and after like 40 minutes, those plantains are super tender. It really doesn't hurt to cook them for longer than normal either. Strain the water out and remove the spices, and give them the mash. Keep mashing until they're a smooth paste. Add any powdered spices now. I'm adding allspice and nutmeg. By the way, you really only need like 1 nutmeg nut. Meg? Pretty much ever. I recommend finding a friend who has some and just taking one of their megs. They'll never finish their entire supply and you just got a lifetime supply for free. It's a total win. We're gonna mix our mashed plátano with the grated cheese, 1/2 cup of sugar, and 2 tablespoons of melted butter. Add the raisins, wine and all, and get mixing. Next, because we forgot, we'll add a teaspoon of baking powder. Now that the plantain has cooled a little bit, we'll add the 2 egg yolks. Scrape down the sides of the bowl every so often to make sure everything gets evenly incorporated. Now, we'll gently fold our egg whites in. This is a very dense batter, so we're never going to get a light cake, but this prevents it from being a brick. In a greased cake pan, we'll spread that batter out. Try to be gentle, spread it out and smooth the surface, don't press down like a brute. Into a 325-degree oven it goes for 45 minutes. That looks like it's ready. If you have any doubt, you can poke it with a knife and see if it comes out clean. Once the torta has cooled down a bit, it's time to free it from this mold. Now, this cake looks a bit short, but given its density, this is actually a really good size. And boom, 1 slice of Torta de Maqueño. It's a nice dessert and all, but it still feels like it's missing something. It is a little dry looking. Let's go back and see if we can add something, spice it up. So I found some frozen pineapple in my freezer, and I'm going to make a basic compote. You can use a different fruit though. Blackberries would also work very well. So I'm bringing this fruit to a boil with plenty of sugar and some cinnamon and star anise. As you can see, I'm being very precise about this. After about half an hour, I'll thicken it with a cornstarch slurry and I have a finished garnish for our cake. Top it with a generous scoop of our compote and that's ready to eat. Pair with some cafecito because everything goes better with cafecito. And that's that. As always, a full ingredient list is in the description. Until next time, Muy Criollo signing off.